Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today it is time once again. A little bit earlier in the month than normal, however, it is almost the end of the Earth meta, and so here we are back again for the updated tier list for April 2022. I only have a few actual changes to make on the existing list right here. We're going to move Space Millum and Fire Benny Maru up to yes. Space Millum is because I think I dropped her down originally because I said for new accounts it's not worth to buy her, but I don't know what I was smoking that month. Something real strong. I don't remember what my entire reasoning was. Maybe because you can only get her so high, and I guess the her unit as a whole doesn't bring as much value as say Octogram Romulus would be, but she's a very solid single target DPS, so I'm gonna move her back up to yes with Romulus, and also Fire Benny Maru because so far he has been one of my most often used units in any Jubilee so far that is neutral or is fire typing, because his magic damage AoE, boosting oranges, boosting his own damage by 30%, is really strong. And I think I used him in two of my Jubilee runs on the video that was a couple days ago. So, yeah, I think he's worth it. Do I think you should, like, re-roll for him? No. But he's a very, very, very solid option. More solid than a lot of these other ones in the kinda tier that he moved out from. I mean, you're bringing back relevance right now. You're okay. You're okay. You're very situational. You're pretty good, but there's no way. Well, in a few days, there's a way to get you. I mean, Earth meta. I mean, we're about to talk about Earth meta. Right, let's just move on. All right, so the 40 units that we have to add to the battle unit tier list, let's just go in order. Earth Soe. Going to maybe. Why? I mean, he was our first new single target Earth unit, and we're like, yes, oh my god, single target. So good. He has guaranteed crits. What's this second skill? Oh. He gives his own orbs away if he has a guaranteed crit skill. Why? 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 If you want a whole hand of guaranteed crits, would you have a second skill to give your orbs away, therefore denying yourself the crit? It was a very interesting design choice, and to be honest, I didn't use him really at all in Jubilee. I used him, in Tempered Edge because it's Earth, and I needed a good solid, or like a solid single target DPS. But outside of that, like Jubilee is weak to magic, so you're already nerfed a little bit, and it's just an unfortunate second skill. His first skill is great. It's kind of like Demon Lord Rimru's, a guaranteed crit, but I don't get it. I don't get it, and I don't think you should summon for him. And I don't think you should go out of your way to try and get him. If you happen to pick him up in the future from a guaranteed ticket or some kind of event, cool. I mean, he'll definitely help the Earth team, but I don't think you should summon for him. Not when you have other units in this list that are going to come up. So next is Benny Maru, and dear lord, Benny Maru is gross. If he was a single target unit, he would be like class A, no questions, like you're stupid. But he is an AoE. They did have to balance him out somehow because his two skills is one is the complete fucking opposite of Soe. Instead of giving your orbs away, you take your orbs, and you can take two from one person. You could take one from each person. You're guaranteed you're gonna take two orbs in any situation. So, setting up 6-card hands with this Benny Maru has honestly is now a joke. Like Jubilee made it a joke. Even setups in Conquest have made it a joke. If you run him, in the back, you have a 4-2 hand setup to start out. You bring him in. All of a sudden you have a 6-card send, 200% damage boost on the last card, and you could swap him out for your actual DPS who's still waiting in the back, and then your main TPS has an ult turn 1, turn 2. Like, that's dumb. And then when you combine that with his second skill, which boosts Orin damage and gauge increase, I mean, what more could you ask for? He fits with the Orc, he fits with, I guess, the Light team, because they boost oranges as well, and they have a bunch of orange orb changers. It obviously fits well on the Earth team. The only thing holding him back from being up higher is his AoE ult. Otherwise, he would have been an easy questions tier. But he's still a fantastic unit to have because of the setups that you can make with him. You don't even have to run him on the Earth team. You could run him on literally any team. You're running the Dark team? Oh, 6-hand, Dark Milim, Diablo, whoever. Oh, you're on the Water team? Oh, 6-hand of Raphael or Velzard. Cool. You're on, let's see, the Fire team? I guess a 6-hand of Fire Benimaru, which is what I used him for mostly in this Jubilee. So he literally fits anywhere. And he boosts oranges regardless, so he's just ridiculously powerful and has a fantastic skill set. And the fact that he's on a double banner makes it even better, because he goes with Hakuro, and we'll talk about him later, but those two together are dumb. Moving on, Valentine. Also, yes. Valentine is now one of the strongest magic nukers in the game, next to, Dark Milim, Velzard if she gets the Pierce set up, but Valentine just does it herself. A 30% boost to her magic damage and a 30% debuff in magic resistance to the enemy, which can help, other magic damage users do more damage for 15 fucking points. Son, that's cheap. That is real cheap. Oh man. Her second skill, I have soured on a little bit. It costs a lot, and if I'm running the Earth team with Benimaru, I'm not hurting to get her ult because I'm swapping her in after I have 6 orbs of Benimaru, and she has an ult. So, the denying the ult gauge, now the second unit to do that next to Water Rimuru, haven't really had to use it much. She does do an additional effect, which Water Rimuru does not. He just takes it away. She also increases her ult gauge by 25%, which, can be useful, but we already know that if you are, only so far away from an ult and you use that skill to give yourself a full meter, you don't get the ult orb. Like, it doesn't just magically appear in your hand. So you have to wait another turn anyways. And I guess it's cool because you're also denying the ult for the unit in case, they were going to ult you and you're going to die, and then you can, stop that from happening, and then go the next turn and then have your ult. Cool, I guess. This all costs 40 points, and her more effective skill is less than half of that. So her second skill, I don't use too much. But, dear God, I'm going to use her in a whole lot of other places because of her first skill. So, she definitely belongs in the yes tier. I think she is worth the summon, especially since she, like I said, helps all the other single target magic damage dealers do more damage. Trainee, my 100 trainee can now hit, respectable levels of damage with that 30% debuff that Lumi gives on the enemy, which is saying something because trainee don't hit that hard. But I think she's a good slot for the Earth team or for a Magic team in general. And then the last unit we have to talk about is Octagram Guy. The unit who was so good, so powerful, that he broke the game for 12 hours. And you know where that got him? Right there. In the Y category. Not maybe. Not kinda. You don't belong anywhere near these two tiers. this tier is literally just for you, so I can't put anyone else there. You were in the lowest tier. You're an Octogram unit, and you're garbage. People are going to argue this and say, oh, he's so good for new players. Has that guaranteed stun. But new players, one, are going to take, like, minimum of 2 months to, grind up enough emblems to even buy him. To even begin to whiff of an Octagram shop. And then by then, it's like, do you really need him after 2 months? Like, guaranteed stun, yeah, cool, from Master Conquest on down, from Tower of Isis, floor 19 and down, I guess cool. But as soon as you hit the hard content, there is no stunning. You cannot stun EX Conquest. You cannot stun Tempered Edge. You cannot stun floor 20 and up of Tower of Isis. So, why? Your triple orb change, while cool, is pretty much negated by Protector Hakuro. Or the Orc of Disaster, who changes greens to oranges. So, cool, I guess, that you have a triple orb change, that you're our first, like, triple number to triple number. But again, doesn't make you worth it. And then you're a goddamn AoE. Both guys are fire. They're both AoEs. But you're even more useful than this one. Because you have the ult buff. And the crit resistance down. What do you bring to the fucking fire team? Yeah, I can't think of anything. Do not buy this unit. Do not, in one instance, think that the 100% guaranteed stun will help you in the long run, because it won't. If you do happen to get 200 or 100 emblems and you buy him and you're like, I still haven't cleared Master Conquest, cool. You could have done it with Alice. 3-star Alice. Would it take a lot of resets? Yeah. Would it be annoying? Yeah. Do I think it's worth 100 emblems to buy this guy just for that purpose? Fuck no. Save yourself. Save your emblems. We're about to get Leon. Space Millum is a powerhouse, and we're about to start the space meta. Ramers is an excellent, fantastic healer and wind support. These two units, and with Leon coming, for now, based on his kit, look to be, like, quadruple the usage of this poor, poor guy right here. So, unfortunate, but you're hot garbage. Alright, so with that said, I don't have really any other changes to make right now. Everything else is pretty solidified in my reasoning. Let's move on to the final part, which will not take long. The Protector tier list. I have one change to make, and I know it's going to irritate a few different people. Shion's going down. Now, it's not because I don't like Shion. It's because I don't use Shion. And not because I don't want to or haven't found a good time to use her. But if I'm going to nuke with someone, I'm going to use the Orc. I'm going to use Cabby. I'm going to use Veldora. Or I'm going to use you. You're great, changing to blues and everything and giving me orange gauge, or, alt gauge. But you know what gives me alt gauge faster than you? A full hand of Orc. A full hand of maxed greens. You. And a full hand of oranges that are buffed with, Earth Benny. You do have uses, and you're a great unit. You're a great, great protector unit. But I don't think you belong up here with people that we use on literally every Jubilee, on every showcase, on every team. I don't think you can do that quite as well. Like, Alice, you're also a fantastic unit, but I don't think you can do what these three do. You can't either. So, I'm moving you down, respectfully, into the A tier. No hard feelings. I just think that these three are more useful than her. And I don't remember the last time I used her. Probably for that showcase video. But, Hakuro. Where does Hakuro place on the, very small tier list? Well, it's quite easy. He takes Shion's spot. And it's not hard. It is not hard to see why. He changes 3 blues and 3 greens to all oranges, therefore taking away, 98% of the crap RNG you get on hands. Oh, You want, oh, Syrian Jubilee, and you wanted a full hand of orange, and you got, one green and two blues, and then three oranges, and you only have a blue to orange orb changer, so you're stuck with that fucking green. Hakuro's gonna fix that. Oh, you're down on points, so you can't use a skill. Hakuro will fix that. Oh, I have Earth Benimaru, and I want to get literally everyone in alt on turn 2. Hakuro will fix that. Hakuro will fix pretty much any problem you have in this fucking game, and that's not an understatement. I think he's probably a better leader than you, and you. Like, if I were to make another tier above S, it would pretty much be Cabby and Hakuro. I don't think I'll do that right now, but if I were to make a Z tier, because I like Dragon Ball Z, it'd be Cabby and Hakuro. Hakuro he does way too much. Like I said, he eliminates most of the terrible RNG you're going to find in this game for orbs. He gives you points right off the bat, just like the Orc does, just like Veldora does. Sure, on like super long events, you don't have the enough points to like triple or quadruple buff that you might with like the same amount of Cabby protection uses because of the greens and just increasing your cap forever by 40, but he just flat out gives you 40, which is double what the Orc gives you, and 10 more than what Veldora gives you. And then a full hand of oranges, you bring in Earth Benny, you use Earth Benny's second skill, and literally you have a whole hand of oranges that do 35% more damage, give you 30% more gauge, and yeah, every single person on your hand, if you have a 2-2-2, gets an alt. Like, the Earth combo now is dumb broken. Like, Soe aside, you put Hakuro, you put Benimaru, and you put Valentine in a team, and dear lord, you're off to the races. And then you can put, whoever else. He's Earth and Fire? Earth and Fire? So you put, Millum on the team. Where are you? There you are. Millum on the team. You put Benimaru on the team, who also buffs oranges and buffs his own attacks. So it's like, I can't really find fault with this guy. I thought he would be a lot more limited on paper when they first dropped his info. Boy, was I wrong. But that's it for the tier list, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry about Xion. I'm not sorry about you. But that's it for April. I'll see you guys again at the end of May once the space meta is over. But for now, take it easy, and I'll see you later.